There's no cutting corners in this gym. I've had the pleasure of training with all of their guys, grappling with them, boxing with them, and they are all very well rounded. Here you see the lightweight title being brought in by the Hooters girls for the first round.
Ladies and gentlemen, you saw the belt. This is for the Bantamweight Championship belt. Let's meet our fighters one more time. Fighting out of the blue corner, he fights out of Edmond, Oklahoma. He weighed in at 123 pounds. He has a record of 3 wins, 0 losses. This is Jared Ray! And across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, he fights out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. He weighed in 127 pounds. He has a record of 2 wins, 1 loss. This is Caleb Hanson. Our referee in charge of this battle is Mr. Rocky Madeir. Are you ready? Fort Smith Fall Brawl 2019, are you ready? This is for the belt.
See Rocky Madeir in the cage, young men.
Go!
Caleb Hanson, the black and white trunks. Jared Ray in the black and gray Valley Tudo shorts. Dethroned. They both look very calm, composed, kind of metering their distance. Here you can see Hanson's actually got some pretty good footwork. He's not crossing his feet with lateral movement. He's pushing in and out. He looks very comfortable. Hanson looks like he may actually try to really capitalize on his reach. Ray's going to have to work his way through his hands and feet to get in on him. And you see Hanson landing a right straight and a little push kick, outside leg kick. He really needs to set those outside leg kicks up. Jared Ray switches stances into a southpaw stance and then back again to an orthodox, kind of keeping Hanson. Oh, you can see Hanson throwing a little combination and dragging his heel out, throwing some punches. Ray goes in for a double, then an inside trip. Hanson is just tall enough to just kind of fight him off. Ray's going to go for a rear, just going to try to drag him down there. He's just unable to do it. Hanson is just so tall. You can hear Hanson's coach tell him to circle and separate. He wants him to be out where he can use his reach. So Jared Ray just misses the takedown. He's back in a standard orthodox stance. He's trying to get Hanson's timing down. Kind of comes in, throws a little corkscrew punch. That was a nice little spinning heel kick there. Not sure what that was. A little spinning back fist with a Stockton slap on the back end. You can hear Ray's corner telling him to use his angles. Nice little question mark kick there. Ray gets the body lock. He's got him a low body. He's going to try to turn him and try to dump him. Hanson gives up his back a little bit there. He's trying to break Ray's grip on his leg and maybe turn into him. If Hanson could continue to pull that leg off, he may be able to turn him and actually get a takedown. Ray's climbing him like a little tree. He gets the takedown. He's got his back control. He's got looks like a double unders with wrist control. That's the end of the match. That's a tough call. Ray missed a couple takedowns. I think Ray probably landed the more meaningful strikes, but Ray actually got the takedown on the, Hanson landed more meaningful strikes, and Ray did get the takedown on the tail end there of the first round. Both these young men look good and calm. Here's the replay. You see Hanson just kind of metering his distance. Ray's trying to angle across his lead foot to come out behind his lead shoulder, and then through that spinning kick, if he would have go ahead and spun around with it, he's kind of straightened it out like a side kick there. There you see the spinning back fist with the Stockton slap on the tail end. I'm not sure Nick Diaz would appreciate me using that term, but that's kind of what it looked like. Big Nick Diaz fan, so I'm willing to give him credit. Hanson's coming out in orthodox. Ray's coming out in orthodox stance. Ray's doing quite a bit of movement. Eats a right hand for his trouble. Ray's trying to take the center of the cage. If Hanson would just take the center of the cage where he could use his movement and his length and use angles. Ray's trying to shoot in. Hanson's got a hold of his neck. The trouble is, now Hanson's actually trying to get an underhook. And he's going to try to turn off the cage and turn Ray into the cage. But Ray has a low back cinch on Hanson, and he's low enough. He's got a low enough center of gravity where it may be tough to break. There he goes. He's got outside. Looks like a little vine, a little grapevine on the leg. Hanson's using his knee to kind of shield the cross to create a little bit of space. Rocky Demir's going in to pick up a mouthpiece there. Somebody's dropped. Looks like Hanson's mouthpiece. They're going to let him continue. Ray's got double unders with low back cinch. And he's got good head position, but Hanson is so much longer. He's got his knee across to keep him out of his hips. Hanson's going to pummel under for an underhook. And he's trying to grapevine him. Finally gets him slung down into a crossbody. Now he's in a side control right now. You can hear Ray's corner telling him, hey, let's work for a sub here. He's got a key lock in. Hanson doesn't have his elbow to the right spot, though. He fights him across, but he's going to go right into back control on Hanson. It looks like he's going to try to get in a body lock there. He missed out on the body lock, but he's got his hooks in. You can hear Hanson. There's people in the crowd telling Hanson gets back on the ground. That's not actually that's not actually wrong. He really needs to get his shoulders down. Ray is throwing his leg over like he's going to go for an inverted triangle, or maybe try to control Hanson's left arm to pull it down.
Come on, Caleb.
You can see the wrist control here. He's using his right leg to try to pull Hanson's arm down and pin it down so he can have like a 2-on-1 type situation. But Hanson is really low in his guard. Ray's got it under Hanson's throat, but it's right across his throat, and it's not a blood choke, it's a wind choke. Now it's turned into a blood choke. He's got it. He's got a high elbow choke there. But he just couldn't finish it.
Time, yeah.
He just couldn't finish it. There may be not enough time in the round. Oh, he just missed that round. Just missed that round. That was a good round for Ray. I think Ray probably won that round just from control, and he sunk that high elbow in really nicely. I'm not sure how he lost it. If Hanson just slid out of it once they got
Don't forget to get your
sweaty.
Hooters calendar. They're only $15 to get them
You can see it right here.
Right here.
You can see it right here. You can see Ray's elbow just underneath Hanson's chin, and he's pulling on. But Hanson's got two hands on one wrist
and this
on Ray, and Ray just
bantamweight
misses his
title
neck.
match is set for 5 rounds of 3 minutes.
You can see Ray squeezing here, but he just ran out of time. Hanson pops up. He looks fresh.
Round 3.
Round 3. Last and final round, 3-minute rounds here. I stand corrected. Where this is actually title fight. This is going to be 5 3-minute rounds. So these guys are actually, they're in the third of 5 rounds if it goes that far.
Yeah.
Ray comes out and wisely ties up with Hanson to go in for double. You can see him running for a double leg. Hanson's got his underhook, but Ray's fighting for that grapevine. He's fighting for a grapevine, and Hanson just kind of turns into him because he's so tall. If Hanson could fight his head between his underhook and Ray's head, he could make a little space between them and be able to turn him out. Right now, he's just carrying Ray's weight. Ray is he's kind of pawing with that right leg to go for a rear trip. Hanson's got him turned in the cage now. If Hanson could work his right arm in there, now he's got turned back into the cage. Ray just has better head positioning. Hanson's about to get drugged down, looks like. Hanson's proved to be wily. There he goes. He's got an underhook. He really needs to get his head position in there and jam Ray up. Ray shoots for a single and a grapevine, but Hanson's arms are so long, he's got him cross-faced out of there. That's a tough position for Ray to be in. Ray goes it down. Hanson's got to settle down here and keep top control, or Ray's going to go out the back. Oh, Ray's he's throwing up that triangle choke. You can hear Ray's coach yelling at him, pull down on his head, to pull down on his head. Hanson has to sit up and get up. He's going to sit back and throw his legs up and try to pull his arms out the back. Ray is on top. He's got the triangle kind of sunk in. There's not much pressure on Hanson's neck right now. He's just throwing punches. Demir stops it. I guess he's has a referee stoppage for victory for Ray. Ray's going to be our bantamweight champion.
Hey, good job, Caleb.
Excellent fight. You can see the replay here where Ray has the triangle somewhat sunk in, just enough to control him, landing blows, and Rocky Demir he's just not intelligent to defend himself. Rocky Demir stops it appropriately.
Fort Smith, make some noise for these guys. Make some noise for these fighters. Let's go. For the championship. This fight does end 2-11 in the third round, and your winner by TKO and bantamweight champion out of the blue corner, Jared Ray.
Really good
Giving
fight.
the belt
Solid fight.
is Mr. Brian Foster. Thank you, sir.